We're back. I'm sure we're here for what everyone wants to see, and that's down in the sump. Aquarium's been running for about 13 weeks. I'll open up the doors. I'll let you take a look inside. We've got the Ecosystem 3616 Pro Sump. The protein skimmer I purchased is an ATB Elegance 200, rated to a 385 gallon aquarium. You can see the nasty brown yuck that's in it. Really nasty. Skims like crazy. At this point, I'm not too sure I'm happy with the refugium part of it. Getting a little red slime down there, you can see. And there are pods running around. If you take a really close look, there are pods climbing all over the place down in there. But I'm not so sure with the... I added a Kalkwasser reactor. Actually, it's one that I had on a different aquarium before. And the pH now is up above 8.3 to 8.37. So it doesn't swing much anymore. It used to swing from 8.02 to 8.2 or so during the day. It'd almost go 2/10. Now it's, I mean, I'm lucky if it's 0.06. It doesn't swing much at all. And at this point, in fact, there goes the auto top off right now. If you can hear that. This side of the aquarium has or the aquarium stand has that is a 20 gallon Vizio tall tank. I just filled it with water right to the top today. It holds 16 gallons of water in the interior. I've got a Tunzi osmolator. You can see the controller back there. And it operates the auto top off system. And you can see some plastic bottles back there. I have not began dosing yet. I'm using Tropic Marin Pro Reef salt. In fact, I just did a water change, 20 gallon last week in this 215 gallon system. And it's, so far the calcium's up in the 430s. The alkalinity is about 7.2, 7.3, which is fine for me. I don't need 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've done that before, and the calcification inside the piping and tubing and everything else, the sump just caked onto everything, and not looking for that. There goes the sump pump again, or the top-off pump again. Right now it's set for a medium-sized aquarium, so I'm going to pop that cover off. I'll unplug it, pop the cover off, set it for a large aquarium, and pop it back on. It shouldn't run every 15 minutes or so. It runs now. I've got up above, and we'll go over this at some other point, I've got one of my Vortex controllers there, wireless. You can see the reef keeper equipment as I pan across. And then I've got my other Vortex controller on this side. Right now it's on full, and the other one on the right that you just saw is on half. So the water enters through this hose. It's an 1.5 inch hose. Buy it Lowe's. Nothing special. Comes down into the sump. There is a filter sock back there. It is a 4-inch filter sock. I always thought that was kind of ridiculous, but that's what it is. And I'm running about 500 gallons through the system right now. So about 2.5 times the volume. Seems to be working well. Again, you can see the sump. So the first chamber is the protein skimmer chamber. The second chamber has 30 pounds of miracle mud, and after the first quarter I believe I'm going to be turning the light off and taking the macroalgae out, and all the red slime algae will go away. Shouldn't be an issue. The next chamber, which is the first weir, has some bioballs in it to keep out the macroalgae from getting in the pump. And then I've got a 500 watt Finex heater at the bottom there. It's got rubber feet on it so it doesn't touch the sump. It just sits in that first weir. And there are two pumps One is a HY 7000 water blaster, and the other one is just an Eheim Compact 600, and that operates the GFO reactor. The funny thing about this GFO reactor, when I first bought it, it had 2 leaks in it. I don't know, made in China, made in Taiwan, wherever it's made, but it had 2 leaks in it. I had to repair 2 leaks. I set it all up, walked away, came back a couple minutes later, and the bottom ring down here was leaking. Anyway, I fixed it with some cyanoacrylate and some kicker used for the model airplane hobby. No problem, hasn't leaked since. You can see the auto top off float there and the electric eyes down in there for the oscillator. Works well. I had one before, it really sucked. This one seems to be working very well. Again, I'll just give you an overview here. System uses, with the metal halide lining, evaporates about 10.5, 11 gallons of water a week. So it is evaporating a lot of water, but of course we've got the extra heat with the metal halides. I'll just finish up with you taking a look at it. So far I've been very happy with it. The clam is, my Tridactylum maxima Tahitian clam is really, it's starting to grow. I can see the white shell coming out of it. The fish seem to be happy. So far I'm very happy with this filter system. I just thought I'd give you a look. Here it's, what, the 12th of January 2013. Take care.